everyone, Hannah here. So we are finally going to be doing another tutorial for our July-August Mixed Media Junk Journal. It took me a couple of weeks. We had been out of town and then just kind of playing catch up and then getting ready for the new school season. So a lot's been going on here lately. And so in this tutorial, we're just going to work on a couple of page spreads. We're also going to be incorporating some of the supplies that I had mailed out to y'all. A lot of y'all have started receiving those. So we'll just be using some of those in the page spread. So the first thing that I'm going to do, one way to help cover up some of the words or just kind of have a break in the page, is to glue something over it. So I'm taking one of the doilies that came in the kit and just gluing it down on the page. And because it's got so many little pieces to get glue on, I find it best to just brush the glue on, and it glues down really well. So I'm going to take, it was the handmade item that came in the kit, and I wanted to use that just to kind of cover up some of the words. So I'm just stressing the edges and, tearing off one of the corners there. And I'm going to add some glue around the sides and the bottom. The top part, I'm not going to add any glue. That way, if I want to come back later and put something in it, it'll be a pocket and I can just, tuck some things down in there. And I'm just kind of wiping up some of the excess glue. I press it down pretty good, and then whatever glue squeezes out, I just wipe it up with a paper towel. So I'm going to take some washi tape and just kind of put that on the side there. It'll help hold it down, but also it's just something else to look at, basically. And then the part of the doily that I cut, I'm going to just glue it on the bottom of this page here. And again, I'm just brushing it on to kind of get in all of those little pieces on there. And then just going back with the towel, just, wiping up any extra glue that's sticking out. And then I think to finish off the layout, I'll add another ticket. I just love tickets and little pieces of receipts, and so it's just a great way. It's a little bit of a challenge to get that thing stapled because I didn't want to mess up my page since the glue was still wet, but I got it stapled, so that was good. So everyone will receive a card in the extra goodie bag that went out last week. And so I am using mine. I'm cutting up some of it, and I'm going to glue it on this page. Whenever I was thinning out the book and, folding the pages and gluing them and all of that, I'm going to glue this on top of one of those pages. And I really like, I feel like it just pulls the overall page spread together really well. So I'm really excited about that. So what I'm going to use here to cover up some words is some gesso. You can also use some craft paint, whatever you have on hand in your stash. So that's what I'm using here, is just some gesso that I had already sitting on the table from another project that I was working on. So I'm just going to add, about 2 or 3 coats just to try to cover up some of the words here. So one idea that I had with using the tissue paper, I wanted to basically just kind of glue it down with the gesso. And the reason why is because I'm going to come around the sides. It's real bold and it really stands out a lot. So I want to kind of tone it down a little bit. So I'm adding some gesso around the sides. So I thought, well, I'm just going to gesso the whole thing down underneath and then around the sides. And I'm just kind of spreading some of it out with my knife there. And then I'm coming back with a paper towel to kind of get some of the excess off, kind of smooth it out a little bit. And I really like that better. And if you want it more of a contrast, then you don't have to use the gesso. You can just use glue and just glue it right down on your paper. But sometimes when I'm working, in my book, I like to try different things just to see how it works out. So now I'm going to take a piece of the napkin, put some of the flowers down on the paper. I think that'll really look good. So now I'm going to use some more of the burnt sienna liquid acrylic paint. I really have been having fun using these paints. They are so much fun. And what I'm doing here, just kind of a quick way to add it, I'm just dipping my paintbrush in it and then spritzing a little water on the paper, and it just kind of helps the paint flow a little bit better so that it's not all so dark. And I'll have points where it's a little darker and then points where it's a little bit lighter. And so that's just what I'm kind of going for. But it just fills up any negative space and, places where there's nothing there or it's too white. It helps to kind of fill in those places. So I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions at all, feel free to let me know. Thank you so much for watching.